Hang on, guys. I'll be right there. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. All right. Texas Cutie, Library Fox, Jeffrey. Good morning, all you guys. Good morning. What the heck is up with everybody this morning? Man, who is ready for another new work week? Richie B, what's up, brother? What's up, what's up? Let's see, who else is here? I can't... Is that Killer Carla? Yeah, I think it is. It is Killer Carla. All right, well, good morning. Welcome to a new week. We got some camp. I'm going to be doing some camp updating this morning and figured I would bring you guys along with me so we could have some chat. But yeah, guys, so I made the decision yesterday that after the protest on Saturday and all the trouble that I had with connection, stream stability, and all of this craziness, it was so frustrating during that stream that we are going to be upgrading the setup that I'm using. We're going to be using a product from a company called Unlimited IRL, and basically it's a backpack that has four mobile data connections, and that runs through a LiveU Solo, a Live LIVEU Solo, and a camera and a microphone. So anyway, long story short, we're upgrading. We're gonna upgrade. It may take me a bit to get there and to get it upgraded because the device itself is about $2,500, and then it's about $156 a month after that for the service. So, but I think it's going to be worth it. I think it's going to be worth it. Hey, 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 hey! Good morning. So, is Storm Chaser Mark? Is Storm Chaser Mark here? I didn't even see him. Where is he at? Storm Chaser Mark. Good morning, sir. What the heck are you guys doing? Who else is here? TC. Is TC Crow here? No, it's Texas Cutie. Alright. Yeah. So anyway, we're upgrading. I refuse to cover another event on the street and have it go the way it went on Saturday. I refuse to do it. It was so embarrassing and so frustrating. And I've got to invest in the future of the channel. TC Crow, good morning. Or TK Crow, good morning. I don't know why I always want to call you TC. But yeah, I do, guys, I do apologize for the trouble that we had. It was not right. It was embarrassing. And we're going to make sure that never happens again. A lot of you guys in here this morning already. Yo, yo. I'm hoping, is the audio working all right? Because Streamlabs updated yesterday, and I'm still trying to figure out some of the new features. I think it's working. I know the chat's looking a lot better for me, I can tell you that. The chat on my side is looking a lot better. Alright, we're going to start, let's see. We're going to start Library Fox. No, I refuse to let it happen again. I refuse to let it happen again. I'm going to make sure that I have a solid connection. And here's the thing, the way it runs with this device is it ingests the video in the live view. It's a hardware-based encoder. And then it sends that signal back out to an SRT server, I think is what it's called. And I can run from my phone, I can run OBS from my phone, right? So even though I'm live and walking around, I can still switch scenes and whatever else. I mean, or I could have a middleman that is, let's say, sitting at my house, running the stream from there. I mean, we're going high tech, boys and girls. We're going high tech. We're going to make sure we have a professional production. We are going to have a professional production. I'm telling you. Yeah, Mark, I'm telling you. I don't know why it's bigger, but it started that way the other day. I don't know why it's bigger, but I've got to get the map updated. I've missed some areas, and I need to make sure that we can get all of the city covered. Apparently down on the Williamson Creek Greenbelt between 35 and basically Mopac, that area has grown dramatically over the last few months. I've had some people message me about it, and so I need to get out and hike that area. I don't know if I'm quite ready to hike too far right now with my back the way it is, but you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Let's see, not get a notification. Oh man, yeah, that's YouTube for you. They're good at that, not notifying you. Oh, dude, you're gonna pull. They are good at not notifying you. So what's everybody up to today? Everybody having a good day? Anybody doing anything interesting? You got to be doing something more interesting than what I'm doing. Surely you got to be doing something more interesting than this. We're live over on X as well. I think we're live on X as well. We should be live on X. Now, if we are, I don't really know. Let's see, Sharon, that's all I'm doing. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, ma. Yeah, we had a good weekend. I was looking at the analytics from the streams over the weekend, and boy, we had a good weekend. stream-wise. Heck yeah. Lot of viewers. Going to work in a little bit. Yeah. Okay, we're going to get off here. I'm going to cover the north part. We're going to head over to, I don't know, what you guys, maybe we should go walk the Little Walnut Creek Greenbelt. What do you think? Well, I don't know if I have enough battery to do that. Ooh, he just had a big ass blowout. I am so glad I exited when I did. Holy shit. That scared the piss out of me. I am so glad I exited when I did. Let's see, y'all. Gonna get notifications from far down the back end. You can read out the RSS feed. Yeah. Thumbs button does not work on YouTube. Man, I'm so glad I exited when I did. That guy that I was just behind that was pulling that trailer with all the junk on it, his tire just blew out. And it shot rubber everywhere. It shot rubber everywhere. RSS reader is integrated, but there's apps for that. I have an RSS feed for the city of Austin. That's how I get all of their. That's how I get all of the fire incidents sent to me, through an RSS feed. I have an app that sits on my phone, and when a new call comes out, a new fire call, I get an alert. How you like that? How do you like me now that I'm on my way? You still think I'm crazy standing here today? Oh, man. Y'all, the school year is almost over. Good Lord. So, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit this morning about these protests from the weekend and the weekend before and the weekend before, especially the Tesla protest. You guys have been with me for these protests. Y'all have watched them. Y'all have seen the people that are there, the age group that is there. And how when the clock hits 12, they just leave. It's like a hive mind. And the more I think about it and the more I read about it, it's so manufactured and fake, right? I don't know why it feels so off to me, but it feels very, very off. And I wished there was an easy way to trace the money, but the problem is they have so many different nonprofits, and money is moved from this one to that one to this guy over here to a PAC over there, then to an NGO over here, and it gets just like everything just gets caught up in the minutia of it all. The link above doesn't work, of course. Yeah. So, I wish there was an easier way to find out. Let's say I had a name, a person's name, and I wanted to see what all nonprofits that he is either a part of or that he owns. Anybody got any good ideas about that? I know ProPublica has a good search tool, and I use ProPublica a lot for that. But these guys run so many different nonprofits, and they just move money around from each one to each one. I have to find out how they are moving their money around. And I just don't know if that's possible. 404 error. I don't know. Been doing a lot of thinking about that. Don't know. Anyway, we're going to start right back over here on Breaker at this camp. Back here on Breaker. I feel like the chat is off or something. Are we off? Can y'all hear me? I mean, is the chat off? It just feels like we're not in sync or something. It feels odd. Jeffrey, YouTube's okay, so okay, no, we're working. Okay, all right, perfect. All right, sorry, it just felt like something might have been like something was behind or something. I don't know. It felt different. You know, I am very excited because I'm hoping that today I will get the Jimmy Flanagan documents. I'm hoping I actually get them today. If I get the Flanagan documents today, there will probably not be a stream in the morning because it's going to take forever to read through his documents and his messages and his emails. So once I get that load of documents, probably going to be kind of indisposed for a bit. Yes, it did cool off. Isn't it wild? There was ice on my windshield, or frost. It wasn't really ice, but it was frost on my windshield this morning. All right, let me see. Is that camp still there? Yeah, it's still there. It's still there. All right. Look at all those baskets and buggies. All right. All right. So that goes on the map. Yeah.
1, 5, 1, 2, 9, 5, 4.
That was a big camp. That camp has grown a lot. It wasn't that big before. And this camp is hard to go to because there's not really a good place to park where I did not have to walk 13 miles to get to it. I guess I could park at that hotel and walk down here, huh? There's a big camp right there. Hang on. There it is. There's the entrance to it. Holy moly. That's a lot of stuff in there, man. This is University of Texas property too. Christ. Turn around every now and then. I get a little bit lonely. Yeah, I can't believe how cold it got the last few days. I can't remember, and I could be wrong, but I can't remember another time where it got this cold, this late, into the springtime. Can you guys remember another time where it got this cold? There's an entrance to a camp right there. Let's see, the complete RSS address for the channel is, there you go. Library Fox has got it. Library Fox has got it. Hang on, I've got to, one sec, y'all. Come on, work. All right, there we go. Okay. All right. Anyway, I'll tell you what, these protests that are happening around the country, the Tesla takedown protests, they seem to be fizzling out. You know? I mean, am I the only one that feels that way? That they're kind of fizzling out? You know, it doesn't seem like even the paid people are very interested anymore. And then there is an RSS manager. It feeds you channel activities as they happen. Post news streams as they're connected. Nice. 30 minutes in advance. Nice. But yeah, these protests, like the more I look at them, the more I dig into them, the more I look at the back end of them, the more I look at the people that are planning them and orchestrating them, the more it just seems like they're fizzling out. It's like there's no cohesion on the left right now. And if you look at some of the polling around the country, the Democrat Party is falling apart. You know, the approval rating for the Democrats right now is in the gutter. It's the lowest it's been basically ever. And you know what's going to happen when they start really losing like that? When things start going really bad for them, what are they going to do? They're going to take to the street and they're going to get violent, just like they did back in 2020. Donald Trump was running, he was winning, and so they went out and started the summer of love and threw a temper tantrum. And that's exactly what's going to happen again. It's starting to warm up. Protest season is here, and mark my words, they're going to start taking to the streets again and causing issues. But I think this time they've kind of miscalculated, because the public's not going to put up with it. President Trump won the popular vote. He has a mandate to do what he's doing right now. The public's they're not going to stand for it. They're not going to stand for people going and looting and burning things. It's not going to happen. Maybe that's just my opinion, but I think it's 100% technical. It might be 1 minute, might be 8 or more. Interesting. See, I don't even know what we're talking about. Are y'all talking about the RSS feed, or that's why like something feels off. Something feels off. Alright, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to shut up. And once you guys hear me shut up, drop something in the chat and tell me. Okay, so all right. I'm sorry, it just something feels, I don't know, man. Maybe Streamlabs did an update, and everything feels off. It doesn't feel right. I don't know, just something feels off today. Something feels off. Holocron Library Fox is multitasking. And I gotta pull over here real quick and add that last camp to my map. Y'all can give me a quick second. Y'all can give me a quick sec. Alright. Where's my phone at? Yeah, I can't wait to get that new, the Ultimate IRL device. Library Fox, you're a pretty technical guy. I don't know if you know what the Live View Solo is, but it is a pretty awesome piece of equipment. And I am very much hoping that it takes the stream to the next level, especially when we're out and about. The backpack has a very nice big battery in it that will last forever. I can use basically, it comes with a Sony camera, but I can use basically any kind of camera that has an HDMI output. More than what you just told us, but I understood. Yeah, well, it's basically a hardware encoder and it's a router that will bond multiple cellular connections into one connection. So let's say this stream here, it would go out over AT&T, T-Mobile, and the other ones. It binds multiple together. So it's going to be nice. And basically there's a like a remote desktop that you use on your phone, and you know, I can run OBS from my phone, so switching scenes and, you know, adjusting levels, I can add text, graphics, whatever. I can do it all from my phone, while basically out walking around pretty much anywhere. So it's really going to take things to the next level. And you know, for the amount of equipment, it's really not that bad price. $2,500 is really not that bad. The solo unit is pretty damned expensive itself, and then the bonded internet, the bonded modems are not cheap. And why they put a Sony camera in with it, I don't know. I think it's just like a turnkey. Out of the box, you can get it going. Library Fox, I never thought that I would need one of them. But after this last weekend, I was talking to the guys at Unlimited IRL last night. I was explaining to them what had happened. And, you know, a lot of your streamers, if they're IRL streamers, they're using that kind of equipment. I still believe in Hobo Island. Heck yeah, man, Hobo Island. Good morning, Brandon. How are you doing, sir? Good morning. Brandon believes in Hobo Island. If you're just joining us, the only thing I'm doing today is updating my homeless camp map. There's some new camps that I need to add. There's some camps that I need to take off. I've got to get everything updated. Absolutely, Brandon. You got to enjoy it. Alright. So that camp is added. That's good. Yeah, I can't believe the weather's gotten this cool. It blows my mind. This morning, I had frost on my windshield. And we are in April. When the last time our temperatures got to freezing in April? Probably been a bit. Let's see, I've got a new text message. Hang on. I just called the FBI. I just called the FBI. What? One of my creator buddies just sent me a text message saying that he's had to contact the FBI. I need to talk to you ASAP. Check my posts. Oh no. That's not good. That's not good at all. What in the world is going on? Interesting. I don't know, TK. I'm trying to find out now. It worries me though. We've all been getting a lot of threats lately. I'm trying to find out now. We've all been getting, since I posted about this yesterday on X about we're in uncharted waters. And I meant that. Like, we're going after some pretty powerful people and influential people in the community. And it's scary. It's scary. It's not fun. But at the same time, these people that are running this city, the people on the left that are causing all of this shit to happen, they have to have that fear that, if you come after them, they'll destroy you. So, they kind of live off of that fear. And it's time to stand up. It's time to have a backbone and not be scared of them anymore. It's time to, shine the light on them and show people exactly who they are and what they're doing. You know what I mean? And Dash, since the beginning, we never really went after anybody. We just basically covered homelessness and public safety. I didn't really go after politicians. I didn't go after, but it's time for that to change. And we're going after these people. I'm not going to say the council members that are in office right now that we're going after, but we're going after them. And the one thing that I've learned so far about these people, when it comes to how they finance things, there are so many nonprofits that these people are a part of, and they move money from this one to that one to a PAC over here, and then that PAC donates and blah 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 blah. So there are so many different layers in these schemes that they're running, and how they, it's like with the Tesla protest, how they're funding that stuff. There's so many different schemes and ways that they're doing it that it blows my mind, and it's hard to keep up with. I've started using an app called Obsidian, where it kind of helps me keep all the information straight, like visualized. Exactly, Library Fox. Exactly. But if you guys, anybody listening, if you guys do any kind of investigative journalism, or if you're just wanting to look into people that are doing this shit in the city, look at there's a software called Obsidian. It is completely free. And let me tell you, it will help you. It will help you visualize and keep things straight. It's like, I look at it like a cork board, where I can put a picture here, and then I can, draw a string over to this picture, and, it kind of keeps things straight. You can keep a lot of your notes. You can, take, like screenshots of websites and so on and so forth. Wasn't the Clinton Foundation part of the Panama Papers? Yeah, man, I would imagine so. I don't know a whole lot about the Clinton Foundation. I mean, I know just basically what I've read about them. And I can tell you that how the Clinton Foundation, I don't know how they have not been investigated and put in prison, because from some of the stuff that I've heard about them, holy shit, they've been into a lot of stuff. Yeah, TK. Yeah, you're going to end up getting on a list. I think the Clintons are yesterday's news. I think they have basically, they're starting to, fall off the wayside. Brenda, what's up? What's up? Yeah, none of the witnesses survived. I committed suicide by putting a bullet in the back of my head. What is today? So, tomorrow evening, do you guys know an author, an investigator and an author? He lives in California. His name is William Ramsey. He did a lot of stuff with, like the West Memphis 3 and Karen Reed. I mean, he does a lot of like true crime stuff. He's got several documentaries under his belt. He's a lawyer. His name is William Ramsey. I think he's written like 4 or 5 books, and I've read every one of them. They're awesome. He just wrote a book not long ago about the smiley face killers that's been happening around the country. Tomorrow night, him and I are going to be live on X, YouTube, everywhere else. I hope you guys will join us and listen. We're going to be talking about Lady Bird Lake and the drownings and some of the newer news that's coming out of Lady Bird Lake. That's tomorrow night at 6 o'clock Central Time. So, I don't know, tomorrow night. I will, once we go live, I will share a link on X. Yep, it's going to be on his channel. I'll share a link to it. I'll put it in a community post as well. Just search for William Ramsey. You'll know if you got the right William Ramsey, because it's a lot of true crime, a lot of occult type stuff. The TV show that I've been working on, that's where I met him a little over a year ago. So we're going to be sitting down probably for about an hour, like I said, talking about some of the latest happenings out of Lady Bird Lake. Since that latest body has been found, it's starting to ignite public interest again. I'm trying to talk the lady, that Facebook group, the Lady Bird Lake Facebook group. I think that's him. That massive Facebook group about Lady Bird Lake and the deaths out of there, that's over on Facebook. I think there's like 100,000 members of that group. The girl that started that and ran that, I've known her for quite some time, and for some reason she wanted out. Like, she's like, look, I'm shutting it down. I want nothing to do with it. And so there's no posts. You can submit a post over there, but she's not accepting it. And I talk to her like once a week, and I'm trying my best to get her to open that group back up, because I got a lot of good information out of there. There was witnesses that would talk. I mean, I found a ton of good information out of that group. It's like crowdsourcing an investigation, you know what I mean? So I really wish that she would reopen that group up. But I don't know, we'll see what happens. Why is my phone not charging? Why is my phone not charging? What's happened here? There was another thing I was wanting to tell you guys about. What is that? I can't remember this. There's a YouTube channel, Adventures with Purpose or Adventures for Purpose. Do y'all know that channel where they go and search for missing people? And then they go and dive and look for cars that's in the water or whatever. I think it's called Adventures with Purpose. I think it's the name of the channel. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? There was some controversy about the guy that owned the channel not too long ago. But they were a massive YouTube channel for a while. And one of the guys, one of the divers for Adventures with Purpose, his name is Nick Wren, NickRinn. Brenda. So Nick and I have become friends through the Lady Bird Lake stuff as well. He was working on a TV show, and Adventures with Purpose, like, he was their diver for a long time. He was the guy with the beard, and he has started his own channel now. He lives up in the Northeast, and the Northwest, up, like the Washington area. And my buddy Rich Bundy up there, Nick, is going to help me film an interview with him up in Seattle, hopefully at some point this year. I'm going to have we're putting together about an hour-long documentary on Rich Bundy. I don't know if you guys know who Rich Bundy is. That is serial killer Ted Bundy's brother. And Rich and I met about 2 years ago, and been decent friends ever since. Rich Bundy got the short end of the stick simply because his last name is Bundy. You know, Rich Bundy didn't kill anybody. Rich Bundy didn't hurt anybody. But because of who his brother is, he has been shunned from society. So when people think about serial killers and their victims, that's what they like. There's more victims than just the people that the serial killer killed. That's the serial killer's family is just as much of a victim. And you know, he's just, I don't know, I feel horrible for him. He's an older guy now, and he has put up with a lot. Yeah. Maybe he's like Sasquatch guy, I think. Maybe. No, Rich is a very nice guy. And I'll tell you, if you've watched any of the Ted Bundy stuff, and you've heard Ted Bundy speak in interviews, and there's a lot of video out there with Ted Bundy talking. Wait till you hear Rich. He sounds just like Ted. It's eerie. He sounds so much like Ted Bundy. And over the years, Rich has told me stories about Ted from when they were kids. And he's told me some stories from, you know, after Ted was caught and during the trial. And I mean, there's just so much stuff that the public doesn't really know about. And it's so wild to talk to him about Ted Bundy. It's like sometimes when I'm talking to him and the subject of Ted comes up, I don't know, it's such an odd feeling to talk to him about his brother. And now here lately, we don't really talk about his brother too much. Ted doesn't come up in conversation very often anymore, which is the way it should be. Miss Carl every now and then. That's the only thing good on the TV. Yes. Anyway, guys, my phone is not charging. I think my charger is broke. I don't know why my phone's not charging. Did that work? Library Fox. You know what? I don't really know them. I've met people from, you know, being on the internet, making videos, doing interviews. You would be surprised in the creator community, like people that do this kind of work, it's kind of a small world. I mean, it's like everybody knows everybody in one way or another. Or, you know, you may not know them, but, you know, you're connected to them somehow because of, it's just a very small world. And, you know, especially when you're working in, like, true crime or any of that, it is an extremely small world. So you kind of, you know, I've been fortunate enough to be able to meet some of these folks. Like BTK up in Kansas. Y'all know the serial killer BTK? BTK's daughter and I hooked up through Twitter, actually, about 1.5 years ago. And I've talked to her quite a bit about different things. And she kind of helped me. She's been doing so much research on her dad. After the Lady Bird Lake stuff started getting big, she kind of helped me, you know, think through and talk through some of the evidence and things that's happening around the Lady Bird Lake thingamajig. BTK. I watched a documentary on the Go-Go Beach murders. I just watched something about the Go-Go Beach murders too, TK. I sure did. That is a crazy story. Wasn't that the guy, the architect that was, wasn't he an architect that was doing all the killings? Michelle's Beach House, the strip club bought his house, BTK. Interesting, Bill. Interesting. Yeah. She has told me that her dad is rotting away in prison. He's an old man right now. He's in a wheelchair. He's decrepit. He's not going to be alive very much longer. But I'm telling you right now, she is fighting because there are still victims out there that he has, not been held accountable for. And even though he is a decrepit old man in a wheelchair and he's wasting away in prison, she is doing everything she can to make sure that he gets held accountable for every one of the crimes, every one of the murders that he committed. She has devoted her life to making sure her father is held accountable. She works hardcore with law enforcement. Because where he will not talk to law enforcement anymore, he will talk to her. So, it's just, I can't imagine. I've always wanted to do a video talking about the other victims of serial killers, talking about the serial killer's family. That's kind of how I got in with Rich Bundy and then, BTK's daughter. Because I wanted to make a video about, the trauma and the things that their family members have had to go through. Just like Rich Bundy, for example. Just because his brother was Ted Bundy, he's treated like a serial killer. He tells me that he can be walking down the street. He lives up in Tacoma, Washington. He can be walking down the street on the sidewalk and somebody will see him and recognize him. They will cross the street before they walk past him. They act like he's a leper or like he's just going to snatch them and kill them. The Bundy name up there is cursed. And I understand why. I get it. Yeah, he sounds a lot like Ted. He looks a lot like Ted. But he definitely... I've got a video, actually. I made a video about that. Where did I put it? I know it's probably... I think it's over on TikTok, I think. Where I play a clip of Ted Bundy. And then I play a clip of a conversation Rich and I was having. I can't believe you watch beaver shows. What? What are you talking about, a beaver show? He does look a little bit like his brother. Just search for Rich Bundy on Google, you'll see. He looks a lot like him, but he sounds a lot like him. I haven't watched a beaver show in a long time. That's so bad. Beaver show. Killer Carla, what are you talking about? Good Lord. The Beaver Show. You know, one guy that I always wanted to interview and talk to, but there's not a chance of it happening now, is Ted Kaczynski. Uncle Ted. I've always wanted to have a conversation with him. Ted Kaczynski. Man, if you go back and read some of his writings and listen to some of the stuff he talked about, he predicted what's happening today pretty handily. Like, the guy really was spot on about what technology... Yeah, the Unabomber. The guy really was spot on about leftism and about some of the things that's happening with technology. Like, he saw it, you know? Don't you think you're a little hard on the beaver ones? Bill. Leave it to Beaver. Yeah, no, Ted Kaczynski, just go back and read some of his writings and listen to some of his interviews. Like, he was, with what's happening with the left today and how insane they've went, back when he was doing the bombings, he was predicting every bit of this back then. He was predicting how crazy and how far left that they were going to go. And he was right. Yeah, Bill, he sure was. He sure was. They call him Uncle Ted. But he's dead now. And the only thing we have left is his writings. But there is a lot of writings. You got to read his little manifesto. Kaczynski was a bad guy. He killed people. But, you know, the guy was pretty spot on with what he was predicting. That is the truth. Oh, man, let's see. Hang on. I'm trying to figure out why my phone won't charge. Yeah, there's I don't know, man. It's like Alex Jones. Alex Jones has been right more often than he's been wrong, you know? It's like some of the stuff that he's predicted and some of the stuff that he said, everybody called him a conspiracy theorist. Speaking of that, I may be on InfoWars this week. I've got to talk to the producer again, but I may be on this week. I'll let y'all know before that happens. It'll be on Harrison's show in the morning. It'll be on Harrison's show in the morning. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I've got to get busy. I'm probably going to end here pretty quick. I'm in live for an hour. Just wanted to come out and talk to you guys while I was out here doing some work. I'm updating my homeless camp map. I am going to... A lot of people want to have access to the data that I have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a Google map with all the camps and with pictures attached to them. And then I'm going to share that publicly. That way y'all can just click on it and it'll open up a layer in Google Maps and y'all can see everything. I'm just going to make it all public. Let everybody see it. Let everybody have it. Look at the fall of the Roman Empire. How profound would it? Yes, Library Fox. I always thought there should be an opposite to the Mandela effect. Things happen that we forget about. Wouldn't that be cool? Yes. I still hear her voice. I'm telling you. The Mandela effect. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope everybody has a great day. I've got some updating of my maps to do. I will be probably publishing an update on Twitter in just a little while. Yeah, I think it is. I'm dropping all the pins, and I'm just gonna drop it out there and let everybody have it. I would like to see everybody be able to use it and have access to it. I found ways I can attach pictures, so you'll see a drop pin on the map. Once you click on that pin, it'll open up and you'll be able to see pictures of that camp there. So that's what I'm out here working on today. Guys, appreciate it. Support the channel. Down in the description are ways to do so. If you're over on X, there's a pinned tweet at the top. Love you guys. If anything does happen out here on the streets today that I think that you are going to want to see, I will go back live. And hopefully here before too long, I'll be able to save up and we'll be able to drop that the new streaming rig. And we're going to take the channel to the next level. Guys, love y'all so much. I'll see you on the next one.